Lee, first of all, congratulations on As Good As It Gets. Just had the press screening of it. You must be pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, everybody seems to really like it. You reach that point where you don't know how good it is anymore now. I've seen it maybe 15 times, so I'm really glad that it's gone down well, yeah.
And the film process, the production process, getting to this point, how much have you enjoyed that?
Oh, it has been good. There's been really tough moments because we've tried to. This really should be a 2-year project, but we've squeezed it into a year. But you know, the guys, the club, the people, how open people have been in the interviews and stuff, has made it, as someone who is a fan, yeah, has made this real enjoyable experience. But it is down to the cast. I mean, the guys who were in the film gave amazing interviews, and that allowed us to hopefully make a good film.
Originally you set out to tell the story of the 2015 treble, but when you went into the production of it, it became a wider story.
Yeah, exactly. So we knew how dramatic 2015 was, and that had all the what we might call cinematic moments. But 2015 is only interesting if it's in context as to how we got to 2015 and who Kevin Sinfield is and who Jamie Peacock is. So we had to tell that story of the journey to 2015 so that people care even more about what happened in that year.
A year ago, when Jamie came to see the Leeds United film, Do You Want to Win? And said there's a Leeds Rhinos story today, could you imagine how it's panned out?
No, I thought it would be impossible to make it this quick. That was the first thing, but also I wondered how we would take a rugby league story and make it bigger than just rugby league, because I don't think that's a very rugby league thing to do. So it was how do we create a story here that isn't just about tries and big tackles. So it took a lot of working that out, a lot of story writing, a lot of testing concepts, and I think in the end we got to a point where even if you don't like rugby league, you should really dig this film, I think.
In terms of the film itself, there's 650 here tonight for the premiere. There's a number of other screenings this week. Can you believe how successful it's been?
I'm shocked. I thought that we would do well tonight because it's just kind of red carpet. Everybody wants to be part of that. But there are 4 other screenings as well this week, and I think 2 of them have already sold out, and the others are well on the way. So I don't know. Probably in a week we'll have like 2,000 people in the cinema watching this film, which to me is a bit mind-blowing, really, because it's. We think it's great, but it's really it's fun to see how much it sort of caught the public's attention, really. So I don't want to jinx anything. As long as people like it, I'm really glad that 2,000 people are going to come and see it this week.
And you're going global as well with the Amazon Prime deal?
Yeah, from next week it'll be on Amazon Prime, which I think is taking the film out of it just for rugby league, for Leeds Rhinos, for us as a company. I think that's a real big deal. You know, it will definitely take rugby league to new audiences, and you know that was one of the dream boxes we wanted to tick when we set out on this journey. Was, can we get this film out to the world, not just to people in Leeds? And we've done that. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. Actually, I think it could be something that rugby league looks back on in a few years and goes, that was a big moment for us.
From the outside looking in, you'll have known the 2015 story, but when you were doing the interviews, is there anything that what's your favourite bit in there that you discovered?
I'd say that there were some really interesting bits. The dynamic between Rob and Brian was one that has always been interesting to me from the outside, of like what went on there. That's explained really well in the film. But then I think the overpowering thing is a bit of a general one of like, from the outside it looked like 2015 was easy. The treble was achieved, everybody's great, but it wasn't like that at all. It was probably the most challenging year and difficult year for everyone who was involved. So it was really interesting from my point of view to find out that it wasn't an easy thing to achieve the treble. It was against all odds, and people won't really get that until they see the film, but there was a lot that went on that pre-season, and then the team go on and do what they did. It was remarkable.